Hello everyone, Derek Sam Toys, and we are back with a little random review. If I'm gonna be honest, I found this bad boy at Walmart, could not resist, especially seeing the prices for him on Amazon and everywhere else. Getting him at retail price was a feckin' steal, if I'm gonna be honest. I did see the Cody, though I may have a solution to be able to get just the Cody without the announcer's table chair and all that kind of stuff, so we'll have to look into that when the time comes. But yeah, we've got the Elite Series 109 Seth Freakin Rollins here live and in action, and we can take a quick gander at everything that the Seth Rollins comes with and take a nice look at the attire itself. So why don't we break him out of that plastic prison and we can take a nice look now, shall we? Alrighty, you guys, now that we've got the figure all out of his plastic prison, we can take a nice little gander at the accessories. Of course, he does come with two sets of hands. He comes with a set of weapon holding hands slash mic holding hands, minus the fact that this one is all warped as shit because of how he holds the belt and the packaging. Pretty, standard there. And then we've got his entrance, like, posing, whoa, hands, got those, nice to have with the Seth Rollins, get to do the little entrance pose and stuff. And of course, we've got the new, beautiful WWE World Heavyweight Championship with Seth Rollins side plates. Not gonna lie, still not the biggest fan of the side plates having the superstar logos on them, and that's just purely for pick-fed reasons. Of course, when it comes down to it at the end of the day, this is a really nice belt to have in hand though, especially after seeing it on the store shelves, though mine is a tad bit warped, if I'm gonna be honest, because I don't know if there's supposed to be that nice gap there in between the belt and the strap, which also does happen on the other side. Maybe it'll look better once it's around the figure's waist and it can re-warp properly or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it is still a nice accessory all around. Worst case scenario, might have to switch the side plates out and just kind of find a set of side plates that are bare that will also work well with the World Heavyweight Championship. But of course, now we can get into the Seth Rollins figure himself, and what a nice attire to see in hand. At first when I saw this, I wasn't too sure how I'd feel about this, especially with the fact that they're supposed to be releasing a Seth Rollins attire that's fairly similar to this one. Maybe it's a little bit, different all around, but it's fairly similar in colors to this one. So I didn't know if I was going to pick this one up or wait for that one to come out and just kind of pick and choose. But at the end of the day, seeing this for retail price as compared to paying $30 to $40 for this damn thing definitely was worth it at the end of the day. If anything, might have to go back and pick up another one if I'm going to be completely honest, just because this Seth Rollins does feel really good in hand. Of course, he's on pin legs, so he'll pose around phenomenally. He can kick his feet forward, testing the super kick ability. He's got that good old super kick ability up in there. Everything is posing around buttery smooth. His kick pad rotation is nice. And all around, I do love this new head scan, even though it's not necessarily new, but having the blonde streaks in there is new, though I think the blonde is a tad bit lighter than it should be. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. Either way, still a really good head scan nonetheless. Hopefully we'll get a Man Buns Rollins head scan with the blonde in it. But maybe, maybe not. Well, we'll just have to see. I don't know why I stopped the camera there for a second. If anything, why don't we get this man all posed up and now we can stop the camera for our final thoughts. Not gonna lie, I did kind of want to take a look at the new head scan on the Shield custom Seth Rollins that I use for the Fed. So, if I ever did decide to give him the blonde hair, this is how he'd look. Alrighty, you guys, now that we got the Seth all posed up, took me about 30 minutes, but That was mainly because those damn sunglasses I put on him for this shot did not want to sit on his goddamn face the correct way. As you can tell, they are not even on the ear. But that's probably why he didn't come with sunglasses. Which is also sad to think he also didn't come with a jacket that looks like this either. If you can't tell, that is the Elite Series, what, like 106 maybe? Carmelo Hayes? I can't exactly remember what series it was from, but the Carmelo Hayes is reviewed and up on the channel. He's actually going to be making his pick-fed debut here soon. So, you know, keep an eye out for that after our episode 11, him versus Rey Mysterio, both men debuting, and who will qualify for the Money in the Bank? Who knows? You'll have to keep tuning and, yeah, keep tuned in and find out. There we go. Sadly couldn't speak there for a fucking moment. But when it comes down to this figure at the end of the day, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do I really feel about it? It is not the most must-have figure in the world, if I'm going to be honest. The World Heavyweight Championship is, yes, a nice belt to have in hand. But it does fit a little weird around Seth Rollins' waist. Like, I don't know if homie just casually wore it this low. Like, but this shit, like, sits low as hell. I was kind of expecting it to be fully, like, buckled to sit up here, but it just drops. So, the belt may be a little bit too big, along with the fact that he didn't come with a jacket. Kind of a little upsetting. But at the end of the day, what would I rank this on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being the best, obviously, and 1 being mid, I guess. I wouldn't say just because it gets a really low ranking doesn't make the figure a terrible figure. Maybe it's just the representation of the character or something of that nature. I don't know why I sat here explaining that. I don't think I've ever realistically done that before, but yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd have to say this Seth Rollins is easily a good, solid, I'm going to say he's a good solid 7. Reason why I'm going to say he's a good solid 7 is, though everything moves around pretty well, though I do love the attire, and though I do love the figure itself, kind of do wish we maybe got a little bit more with it. Maybe like an alternative head scan, maybe a Man Bun Rollins head scan one that kind of looks like this one, to be exact, if I'm going to be honest. Could have gotten a head scan like that. We could have maybe gotten an extra set of hands. Just something, anything really could have taken this figure up a notch and put it into that 8 tier. It could have been in the 8 tier, just purely based off of how it feels, the new head scan, all that good jazz. But the new head scan isn't realistically a new head scan, it's just a new design. More or less a retake on a repeated head scan we've seen previous and numerous times. So, with all that being said, you know, what would I rank it on a scale of 1 to 5 stars of Dave Meltzer star rating, if you will, the 1 to Young Buck match? We can say a good solid 3. I think that's pretty fair, right? 7 out of 10, 3 out of 5. I think that's pretty fair to me, young man. I think it is. So with that being said, you know, what's your, thoughts on this figure? Do you think it's worth the money that it's going for right now in the aftermarket? Or are you just going to hold off on this until you find it in stores, kind of like I did? Because, honestly, it is a really good figure. I could see myself maybe wanting to make, some partial customs out of this attire. But, at the end of the day, it's not an end-all, be-all. But what is an end-all, be-all is maybe, liking the video if you did like the video. And if you didn't, womp womp, I guess, that's alright. But if you did like the video, feel free to check out some of my other action figure content. We just recently reviewed this, along with the Cody, along with the Gunther yesterday. We've gotten a bunch of reviews out over the past number of days. Sadly, this one came out this morning as of recording this, though I did record this before Dynamite. You won't see this until this morning. Sorry about that. That was not the intention. For whatever reason, when my phone locked last night, it didn't prompt the video to keep uploading in the background, so I uploaded this around the start of Dynamite, like started uploading it. And because I fell asleep during Dynamite and stopped keeping track of it, I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning to the video still in the process of uploading. So, yeah, sorry about that. This was supposed to come out as, Wednesday the 9th? 10th? Yeah, the 10th. So, my bad on that, I guess. But, with all that being said, you know, if you guys would also like to, besides the figure reviews, we do unboxings and pick-fed content as well, as mentioned throughout the video, I'm sure. And with all that being said, you know, what's your thoughts on this, my guys? I need to know. 2 more things. You know, 1, if you would like to, feel free to subscribe to me on Instagram under the same name with the same profile picture and all that kind of jazz. If I do end up changing the profile picture, both the Instagram and YouTube profile pictures will change, so that is that. And if you guys would, and if you guys could, it would be a big help if you guys could subscribe. We are currently on the road to 250 subs. We are also approaching our 2-year anniversary, so if we can get to 250 subs before then, God bless you guys, or whatever you believe in, honestly. It could be Allah, whatever. I ain't religion biased, so if anything, just hopefully you guys do. If not, though, not the biggest ordeal. I ain't gonna be upset with you. I'm not gonna come hunting you down and dox you, and I'm not gonna treat you like Tony Khan did CM Punk. And oh, wait a minute, now I'm starting to go on a tirade here. It doesn't matter, I'm just an empty-headed dumb fuck. So on that note, you know, I think we're at 234 subs, so we're slowly counting down on that timer. You know, we only got, what, 16 more to go, I want to say. So come on, you guys. I believe in you. I believe in the community. Feel free to share it around if you guys want to. Share anything you guys want to around with your friends, family, your dog. I don't care who. It could be your nephew if it is. As long as, you know, they enjoy the content and you're not forcing them to sit there and watch this like an interrogation terrorism video, and by all means, enjoy the content. And on that note, we are out of here because I've rambled a little too fucking much. So, have a good rest of your night, day, evening, morning, whatever the case may be, because I don't know, I'm not in your time zone, and if I am, well, I'm sorry that you're in mine. So, on that note, deuces, ooses, yeet.